This is a quick tutorial on how to share or export your Final Cut Pro project. First thing you want to do is click in the timeline window to make sure that's the active window. And then in a case like this, I like to zoom out a little bit so that I can see my entire timeline. You can either do that here, or you can go up to the View menu and select Zoom to Fit. Now, once again, clicking in the timeline to make sure it's the active window. You want to go to the first frame of your project. You can either drag the playhead there, or another way to do it is to go up to the Mark menu, select Go To, and Beginning. That way you know you go to the first frame. Then you go back to the Mark menu, and you'll select Set Range Start. Now you want to go to the last frame. You can either drag the playhead there, or you can go to the Mark menu, Go To, End. And that takes you to the last frame. Now go up to the Mark menu, and Set Range End. And so, as you see from this yellow border, you've just set your entire timeline as the range. There is a shorter way of doing this if you want to use the keyboard shortcuts. You just hit the Home key, which takes you to the first frame, hit an I for in point, then hit the End key, which takes you to the last frame, and hit an O for out point. So 4 keystrokes will get you there. Home, I, End, O. In any case, once you've selected your entire timeline as the range, you're ready to export. Go up to the File menu, select Share, and in this case, 720 would be what we want. You can click on the Settings tab, but usually you don't have to make any adjustments here. Just leave them at the default. Click Next. You probably will not be asked where to save this file. If you are, terrific, put it on the desktop. If not, and by the way, I'll call this Export 01. Click Save. And then you have to be patient and wait. Don't click Final Cut Pro while it's exporting. You see this background task window. If you click once on it, it'll show you what it's doing. It's sharing it out. And again, you don't want to reboot or quit Final Cut until it's done. So be patient, let it work. When it is done, it will tell you. You can OK that, close that. I'm going to quit out of Final Cut Pro now. Don't seem to be able to close that window. And again, if you were able to save it to the desktop, great, find it there. Otherwise, I'll show you where you need to go to find it. I'll open a new window. You want to go into your hard drive, basically, and go to your user folder where you logged in. That would be the one that has the picture of the home. Then go into Movies. In there you'll see a Final Cut Pro library. It's this icon with the 4 purple stars, okay? Instead of double-clicking it or single-clicking it to open it, you want to right-click it and select Show Package Contents. That's the trickiest part of this whole thing. Inside you'll find your event, go into the proper event, and you'll find Shared Items, and then you'll find a bunch of these serial number folders. If you sort them by date, you should be able to go into the most recent one. Actually, I think it's in this one. And you'll find your file in there. Notice it has .m4v at the end, which means basically, instead of going through all that, once you start at your home folder, you could just go into Movies, right-click your Final Cut Pro library, select Show Package Contents, and then stop here and go into the Find box and do .m4v. And it should show up right there. And if there's any question about it, sort by date created, and the most recent one is likely to be it. Take it, drag it out to your desktop, and you're all set to go.